friends, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you that might be new here, hi, welcome. My name is Megan, and today we are going to the bins and then we're going to Plato's, but first we are going to pack up my Plato's Hulkin together with all of the things that I have previously thrifted at the Goodwill outlet in order to sell to Plato's to make some fast cash and essentially pay for the inventory that I thrifted that I'm going to list myself. So essentially make my inventory free aside from the time it took me to find it. Speaking of the bins, before we get to packing the bag really quick, Jack and I tried to go to the bins yesterday morning, Sunday morning when they opened, and we pulled up and there were a few cars in the parking lot. Looked like people were waiting for them to open. It was chilly, so nobody was waiting at the door like they usually do. So we thought. And we're waiting. Comes time for the door to open. The people that are in their cars make their way up to the door and then slowly turn around and go back to their car. And we're like, what is happening? And come to find out, there was a note, like a sign on the door that said they were opening 2 hours late. And I don't know why that is, but I can only speculate and what I think is happening. So the last few times I've gone to the bins, it has, I think I told you in a previous thrift haul, or I think it was a thrift haul, that my bins has flip-flopped the sides of the store. So the hard goods side is now the smaller side of the store where the clothing used to be, and the clothing side is now the bigger side of the store where the hard goods used to be. And that was great for a day or two, and then the last few times I've gone, it has been mostly bedding in the clothing side, and a lot of the regulars are getting pretty upset about it. Specifically, the last time I went, it was really bad. It was bin after bin after bin after bin, row after row after row of just bedding. And I actually took a video of one of the rows because I was just so fed up with it. However, I did find, I think, 2 or 3 quilts. So I will show you those today when we get back, because I didn't find enough things to do a thrift haul out of those bins trips because they were so sparse with clothing when I was there. So hopefully 2 things happen today at the bins. 1, they are open on time. I can't imagine why or how they would be okay with losing the potential money that they could have made within the first 2 hours of being open. And it wasn't like it was inclement weather. We weren't having a blizzard, anything like that. I think either 1, they can't hold employees right now, which they always have issues with because they don't pay these people enough. And this job, in theory, it looks easy to be sorting and bringing out boats, filling them, dumping them, emptying them, bringing them out, taking them away, all of the above. Let me tell you, that job is not easy. It is a lot of physical labor. It might be mentally easy, but it's a lot of physical labor. And if you're doing that constantly all day, every day, and then on top of that, you're seeing the literal gold that Goodwill is pulling out of these bins and putting online and making umpteen money on, and they're literally paying you minimum wage, if not, I don't know what they pay, but I know for a fact it is not a lot. It is not a lot. And I don't know, I'm on a soapbox now, but I need to get off of it because we need to do stuff. Anyway, all of that to say, hopefully they are open on time today. Hopefully they are bringing out clothing today. And if they are, we will have a thrift haul at the end of this video. But I will show you those quilts too when we get home today because, like I said, I didn't have enough from those thrift trips to make a haul. But I will happily show you the beautiful quilties that I found. Okay, let's shut up and pack the Hulkin. Like I said, I'm bringing a medium Hulkin. If you are new here, I'm going to show you the item that I found, put it in the bag, probably while I'm showing you it, tell you a few reasons, maybe why I purchased it. 9 times out of 10, it's that it was lightweight or new with tags or a brand I know they really love. All of those things are reasons I thrift things at the bins for Plato's Closet. I thrift most of these things with the intention of directly selling them to Plato's. I don't intend on listing any of these myself when I purchase them. So they are being purchased in the moment with the thought of going directly to Plato's Closet, if that makes any sense. Aside from this first one, I did purchase this to list myself, and I've just decided against that. I think I'm just going to send it to Plato's or try to sell it to Plato's. It's a brand they like. It's an accessory. for the season that we are in right now. So I think they might have a high probability of purchasing it. Speaking of, as we put things in the bag, I will actually pop right here on the screen if Plato's purchased or passed on the item. And then when we actually make it to Plato's Closet, I will obviously tell you how much I made, and we can break it down by how many items they purchased and what the total was, so we can get an average cost of goods, because unfortunately I have no access to an itemized receipt anymore at this particular Plato's Closet. So I can't tell you item by item exactly what they paid me. But for some things, I kind of have a rough idea just based on my dealings with Plato's. Like for jeans, I would expect between $10 and $15 anywhere in there for a pair of jeans. So jeans are a good pickup at Plato's, even though they're not like the lightest weight thing. They do bring on average consistently around $10 to $15. Anyway, okay, first item. This Madewell oversized scarf. It's a plaid, like cozy knit, and here is the Madewell tag right here. Let me make sure it has no date tag, because Plato's does not take things that are over 2 years old. This has 23 on it. Holiday 23. So technically it's right there in that window. So I will leave that. And I am just going to fold this so that the brand is staring them in the face right when they look into the bag. They don't have to like fight to find a logo or a tag on it. Okay, next is a pair of little pull-on pants. These are by Revolution. These are very lightweight. They are animal print, which could help, could hurt. I'm not exactly sure in this moment. I think it's going to depend on my buyer if they just personally like animal print or not. Or it could be that we're not allowed to buy animal print, or we love animal print. We'll see what happens when we get there. Little pull-on pair of like kind of, I don't know, slim, wide leg. Does not make any sense. Pull-on pants. We'll see how these do. And these are new with tags. Then we have, what is this? Oh, this is an Athleta dress. This is like a sweatshirt dress. Athleta. It is a size extra small, kind of like a funnel neck side zip dress. And again, let me make sure this has no date tag, because that's another thing that they will quickly reject if it's outside the 2 year window. Oh, this is the Cozy Karma funnel neck dress, and this has no date tag on it, so we can just fold that. This is like a fast fashion, I'm sure. I have no idea. Belux is the brand, but it's this little like waffle cropped, kind of like sporty collared, I don't know, polo shirt. This is a men's button-up Jack and Sage. I love this print. It's like a wintry print, but it's a short sleeve shirt. I don't know if you can tell. It's got like gondolas, mountains, and Christmas trees on there. It's by Jack and Sage. I don't know if I said that already. I've never found this brand before. Then what is this? A little Shein top. This is iffy, but it was so lightweight and new with tags. If this was not new with tags, I would not have purchased it. Next. This is another brand I've never heard of before. Ella J. A little textured knit gray and blue sweater. There's the tag, Ella J. It's got this like rounded bottom hemline that I really like. We'll see if they take that. I do plan on staying in Plato's while they go through my stuff today and see what we can find. This is a new with tags sweet pot. That's weird. Sweet pot dress. Cute little ruffle dress. It is a midi length and it's new with tags. I think this might be something they take, even though we're not in summer. This might be something they can easily backstock, especially because it's new with tags. Then what do we have? This, get the fuzzy off of there. This is a Lacoste beanie, just a little black ribbed beanie, and it does have the interior tag as well. It just says unisex in there. Then this is a pair of Madewell pants. Do we have a date tag? No, we do not. Madewell, these are like a black pull-on, like casual pant. H&M. I was like, what is this? Divided. H&M. I love this. I love this color. I don't need this, so I'm not going to keep it unless they pass on it. If they pass on this, maybe I will keep it. So we'll see. And little Gymshark, little bike shorts. There's the Gymshark logo right there. So I am going to fold these like that and put them in the bag like that. Then what do we have? Lulu's, yes. Lulu's little ruffle front, button up, yeah, button front, long sleeve top. Then Lacoste polo that matches that beanie. Hello? This is like a crispy polo. It's like nobody ever wore this. And there is the Lacoste tag right there. Next, we have a pair of 501 shorts. It depends on the buyer. Sometimes these are an absolute yes, and they buy 10 pairs from me, and sometimes I pass on every single one. I think I only have one pair today, so hopefully that's a yes, but I am going to go ahead and button the fly here just so that they can tell instantly by looking at them that they are not missing any buttons or the zipper's not working, but this doesn't have a zipper. It has buttons. Okay. If I'm being honest, I'm literally so worried that the bins isn't going to be good. We'll have to have faith. Okay, so 501s, and I'm going to fold them so that this is sticking up. Also, I have noticed my Platos will pass on Levi's if the back tab here is too like worn. If the back tab shows too much wear, they usually pass on them. So that's just something I noticed in my Platos. Then this is a H&M little ruched button front dress, like shirt dress. It's new with tags, which is a big reason why I bought it. Also, it's black, a single color, so that also might help them to purchase it in. We have, what are these? Oh, these are Pop Flex. Some leggings, like a teal, and they are full length. Oh, what is that? Some lint. Then, oh, I found this at the bins. My Plato's Closet will accept fragrances, perfume, body sprays. I think that's it. Perfume, body. I think they used to do lotion. I don't know if they do lotion anymore. I haven't seen lotion in a while. Usually it's Bath and Body Works stuff that I find, but I have found like designer perfumes there. I found Maison Margiela. I have found Gucci. I have found... Billie Eilish. I found good fragrances at Plato's that I have purchased, but they will accept fragrances from you if they are 75% full. I found this at the bins. Doesn't look like it was that much at Bath and Body Works. $8.95 at Bath and Body Works. Zesty Peach. Sounds like it. Whoop! It sounds like it would smell good, but it literally smells like it smells like childhood peach. Like fake childhood peach smell is what it smells like to me. Like really not sophisticated peach smell at all. So I don't particularly care for this. So I'm going to see if they take it. It's like this much used. So I would say it's definitely well within the 75% that they would take. So we're just going to put that in there. Next. Oh, these are actually something I pulled from my inventory because for some reason they have had no attention and have been listed for so long. These are a pair of Zaya Active wide leg fleece pants in this teal, and they're new with tags. Like I said, they were listed and they have had no interest whatsoever. Pine Telluride fleece pants. So we'll see if Plato's buys these, especially because they're new. Next. Altered State, size 25, straight leg, ripped, cut off jeans. My Plato's Closet loves Altered State. And oh my gosh, this is cute. I wish it was a little bit better though. I would be listing it myself. This is an American Eagle corduroy vest. I do think Plato's Closet will take this. I love the little buckle on the back. And I do believe I looked at the date code on this and it was like from last year or something. So it's a very recent piece. American Eagle, if I didn't say that. And what do we have? Oh, this is a cute little sleeveless top. Here is the brand. I've never heard of this brand before. It's sleeveless. These are just the little hanger straps. like tube top with a little cute bow tie in the middle there. See if they take that. Okay. And is this the last thing we have? Yes, the last thing we have is another pair of Levi's, but these are the Low Pro Straight. Oh my God. Hello? Oh, it's two of them, and now I ripped the paper off. Instead of just getting up to get scissors, we'll just try ripping it. Oh, jeez. Okay. Like I said, Levi's Low Pro Straight, size 28. I'm just going to zip the zipper all the way and button the button. And I'm going to fold them so that the little Levi's tab is sticking up. Okay. And I gotta put my hair up because it keeps getting caught in these overalls. I found these at the bins though. Oh, if I stand up, you're not gonna be able to see them. They are, I don't think it has a, oh, it does, it has a silver tab. These are Levi's silver tab. They're new though. Baggy overalls, and I don't know how they fit me so well. They literally fit me like they were like made for me, so they are for me for now. Anyway, we made really great time. We have about 20 minutes. I can go pack a sale or two. Speaking of, I sold my highest price sale on Depop yesterday, and I think I'll wait and share what it was with you in a what sold video that will be coming later this week, but I'm very excited about it. It was a full price sale, my highest price sale so far on Depop, and it's going to a famous person, like, yeah, a celebrity, so that's kind of crazy. Anyway, we're going to get this stuff together, go pack up a sale or two, and ship out this high dollar sale that I made on Depop. Like I said, I know I'm like teasing it a little bit, but I will share with you what it was later this week. So let's get to going and send all of the vibes my way that there are clothing bins at the bins today, and they are open on time. Okay, let's go. Hi, friends. Okay, so we just made it to the bins, and again, nobody is standing outside, which is a little surprising to me. I am a little bit early, but nobody's standing waiting at the door, so I did drive all the way up to the door and make sure there was no sign on it today. There is not, so we shall see. Oh, look at this. So I was telling you in, I think, my last thrift haul how much I loved my Summer Fridays. I found on Amazon a little key ring cap for it, and I found these also on Amazon, little bubble letter charm. So I made myself a little, like, I don't know, key ring with my initial on it. That was cute. I don't know. Anyway, guess we'll get ready. Oh, my eyes, there they are. I really hope it's clothing today. My bangs, what is this? What is that? What else? I don't know. I guess I will let you go and maybe put some clips in if we find some stuff. Hopefully we are going to find a ton of clothing. I'm just going to keep saying that. Lots of clothes today. Lots of great clothes. Arc'teryx, Chanel, Filson, Izumiyaki. What else? Imogen and Willie. That's a brand I've never found before. I'd love to find that brand. Okay, so that's what we're going to go find. Let's go. Okay, so it's about 5 minutes till the doors opened. Literally one other vehicle has pulled up into the parking lot, which is very unusual. Usually quite a few people are here by now. Someone actually walked up to the door, or another regular that I recognized, walked up to the door and then walked away, and it looked like he got in his truck and left. I'm really hoping they didn't put a sign up on the door like right after I pulled away, because I did drive all the way up to the door right when I got here just to make sure there wasn't a sign and I wasn't waiting for no reason. So we're going to be like one of the only 5 people in there when they open, or they're not going to open on time. Oh God, I hope my bins is not broken. So it's time for them to open. I just walked up to the door, and apparently yesterday they changed their hours. So now they don't open till 9 every day. I hate that. I hate it, to be honest with you. I absolutely hate it. I'm like a person who likes my schedule, and the fact that now they're going to open an entire hour later than they normally do really like doesn't sit well with me. Man. And I'm absolutely not going to sit here and wait for an hour for them to be open. How aggravating, how aggravating. Okay, so I guess we'll just go to another store then. Okay. Oh, you see, now I'm like, what thrift store do I go to? What do? How long do I spend there? Do I get, oh man. I hate that. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. I hate when like I have plans to do something and then things change. Like then you couldn't like, oh God. Okay, we'll check back, friends, when I figure out what we're doing. We're still gonna go to Plato's. They just don't open until 10, so I have 2 hours now to kill, and I was planning to be here until we went to Plato's, so. Okay. Another update. Like I said, things like that really throw me off, so I just decided, I sat here for a minute and just decided I am going to wait until they open. I'm just going to sit here and edit this YouTube video that I have filmed so far and get that done, because guess what? Nothing else is open yet. I could go to the post office and drop off the smaller sales, but this bigger sale right here, my most expensive best Depop sale as to date, won't fit in the Dropbox, so I have to wait until they're actually open, and they're not actually open yet either until 9. Nothing's open till 9 anymore. Being an early bird, I absolutely hate that. I loved the bins opened at 8, and I know there's other bins locations. I believe there's a bins in Texas that opens at 6. That would be chef's kiss for me, literally. Like, the fact that they're going to open at 9 every day really upsets me. I'm like, it's ruined. My mornings are ruined. My whole routine is ruined. Just because I'm such a morning person, but we will figure it out. Anyway, so hopefully we will still have a bins haul, because I have decided I am going to wait and go into the bins, and it better be worth it, gosh dang it. Hi friends. Okay, so that was probably the worst binge trip I've ever gone on. And I know I'm usually pretty positive over here on this channel and in general, and you guys always comment about how you love my positive outlook and I'm bright and shiny and bubbly and happy, and one of the things that boils my blood more than anything is wasting my time. I can't stand it, and today I waited for an hour and a half for the bins to open. I didn't have to do that. I didn't do it on purpose though. We got here and didn't know that they changed the hours. So I had waited for an hour and a half for the bins to open. Of course, this lady's gonna park so close to me. Got the whole parking lot and gotta park right next to me. Please hold, let me get away from this crazy person. I don't understand that. You literally park within an inch of me and you have the whole parking lot. Okay, anyway, so obviously I'm not happy right now. I was in the bins for an hour. Let me turn the air down, Jesus criminy. and spent $9.55 because they, again, were only bringing out bedding. I will show you what I did manage to find. I think I put a clip in now. At this point, I found a quilt today. It does have some stains. It does have some damage, but I did manage to find a quilt. That quilt was $2.21 because it is a linen. And some other bad news that I found out today, bad news bear today, our cost of goods at the bins is going up to $1.99 because they're so greedy. They cut the hours. They cut 2 hours off of every single day that they're open. They cut an hour off in the morning and an hour off at night. So now they're open 9 to 7 instead of 8 to 8 on Monday through Monday through Saturday, and Sunday they're open 11 to 5 instead of 9 to 6, I think it was before. So they even cut more hours off on Sunday. So I found that quilt for $2.21, and then I spent $6 on these 4 things. These things were every single one of them was in a bin from the day before. Not anything that I found was in a bin that came out today. And I was there for 3 row changes. Not a single thing I got was in a bin from today. Let me back up so I can show you a little better. Okay. So I found this Free People dress. Cute little, kind of like soft girl, smocked little tie shoulder. I think this is a little shoulder moment. Free People dress. It is a size large. Not bad, but not great. Again, another Free People dress. This is a size extra small. Little tie front there. Moment, and this one is a long sleeve. This one was at the regular store, and that's another thing. Almost everything that they brought out had store tags on it because it was already in the regular store. They wanted $5.99 for it at the regular store. And then I found this. I bought this with the intention of sending it directly to THREDUP. This is a brand new, with tags, pinstripe Calvin Klein dress. It doesn't have a price on it, but it's a size 4, and it does have this little red belt that's attached to it. That's kind of cute. And the last thing I found, it just makes me so upset that I spent, what, 3 hours of my life today to get these 5 things. This belt. It's cute, but like I said, I feel like I wasted my time this morning. I could have stayed home. I could have filmed a haul. I could have listed some things. I could have waited and left the house when it was time to just go to Plato's and have done things at home instead of wasting my time waiting at the good. I did edit the beginning of this video while I was waiting for the bins to open, but cute little belt, kind of like, I don't know, patchwork style, very Free People-ish. It has no brand, but it does have a size tag, size medium, large. I don't know where this came from, but that's the bins haul. So I'm definitely not going to title this video bins haul or anything like that because it is not a bins haul. And yeah, it really has thrown me that the bins are open late now, and it's upsetting to me that they're going to up the price, and it's really upsetting that they just continue to bring out crap. I genuinely don't understand how they're making money. If people like me, who typically spend anywhere from $65 to $100 every time I go to the bins, can't find anything, so much so that I can't even spend $10 in an hour, is absolutely wild. And I'm going to stop complaining now, and we're going to go to Plato's. Hopefully, Plato's can turn it around for us. Hopefully, they buy a bunch of stuff. Hopefully, there's some really great stuff at Plato's Closet today. Hopefully, they salvage the day. It's so, like, the bins is a place that you have to go and be in a good mood. You have to have patience. You have to be in a good mood, and you have to be, like, positive. I don't know, because every bin that was coming out, I was just like, crap, junk, crap, trash, junk. And then I was like, screw it, I'm not coming here anymore. I'm banning the bins. I'm not coming here anymore. And that's not true, but like, it makes me want to not come here anymore. I probably won't come for quite some time. Probably at least another week or so. I will not be at my bins. There is other bins in my state, but they're like an hour and a half away. Also, that's another thing. I've got quite a few messages lately. Now, they're very kind and people are, you know, complimenting my eye and my thrifting style and the things that I get and saying how great my bins are and their bins aren't that great, and could I wholesale to them or source for them, just pick up things for them while I'm sourcing, like. And while it's nice to receive compliments that people like your eye and like the things that you find in your style, it's also on the same, like the flip side of that, kind of shitty, because you're asking me to source for you and be a wholesaler to you and do all of the work for you, and you're not trying to pay me for it. Which is like so weird to me. Like, my time and my knowledge is worth something, and if you don't see that, then I don't know. Like I said, I've just gotten a few emails and messages lately asking if I could just shop for people while I'm shopping at the bins or wholesale to them. And I'm not a wholesaler. As you can see, I have trouble getting inventory myself. And I know that my YouTube videos make it seem like every single day is a fantastic day at the bins, but that's because I only share the trips that are good. I'm not sharing, oh, I went to the bins today and didn't find shit. Like, that wouldn't be much of a YouTube video, would it? Like, I don't know. So just, it's very flattering for people to enjoy and think that the things I find and thrift and pick up are items that they would also pick up, but it's also like a slap in the face to just assume that you could just pay me for the item's cost, and that would be something that I was interested in. I don't know. And like I said, it costs time. Like, time is money. Time for me is money. Like I said, that's why I'm so upset right now. I could have been home listing things and getting things listed and posted on the internet for people to buy, instead of finding these 4 items that took me a combination of 3 hours, because I left the house at 7:20 and it is now 10 o'clock. So, I don't know. I just would never expect anybody else to do my work for me and not be compensated for it. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to Plato's now. Okay, friends, so we are done at Plato's, and I left Plato's and we made it to the post office, and I'm driving and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot to even film the end of the video. My brain is just like scrambled eggs today because of all the changes at the bins. It really has like thrown me for a loop, and this is something that like I recognize about myself and that I really need to work on, but I don't know how to like not let these things like affect me so much. Anyway, Plato's wasn't bad. I didn't find anything to purchase, but I still got some money from them, so I will absolutely take it. They purchased 13 items for $68.45. So what? That's like $5-ish an item, which isn't bad. And I would say 13 is right around the amount of items they typically take from me. Typically, I would say they take anywhere between 10 and 25 items in my medium Hulkin. I only bring the medium Hulkin because I feel like it's overwhelming to bring more than that. But I will definitely take 68 for those 13 items. 13 items, right? Yeah, 13 items. I'm sorry this isn't my usual happy video, but this is like reseller real life, things that happen and things I have no control over. I cannot do anything about the bins completely changing their hours, about the bins raising their prices, or about the bins bringing out just straight junk. I can't do anything about it, and I have to adapt and figure out something else that's going to work for me for the foreseeable future. I feel like my bins goes through like periods where it's just absolutely trash, and I think right now is one of those periods. If I was guessing, they don't have an e-commerce person, so they're just kind of saving up everything they think is good for when they find that e-commerce person. That e-commerce person can finally start going through the things, because it is horrendous at my bins, and I truly don't understand how they're making money, but I guess they don't care. I think maybe their e-commerce numbers are much more important than their sales floor numbers. Anyway, I'm going to drop off all of these sales to the post office, and then we will get home and I will show you, I think it's two, but it might be 3 quilts that I found over the last week at the bins. that I haven't shown you yet. So we will pop back in for one more clip when we get home and I will show you those. Also, if you are a bin shopper, has this ever happened to you? I know the bins raised their prices. I know since I started going to the bins, I think when I started going, my bins were 89 cents a pound for clothing. I want to say it was 89 cents a pound. And now we're going up to $1.99, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you buy a lot, it definitely adds up over the year. Like if you take 10 cents off a pound or add 10 cents to a pound, it definitely adds up, especially when you're buying Lord knows how many pounds throughout the entire year. Anyway, I'm going to stop complaining. I'm not going to complain about anything else for the whole rest of this video. But let me go take these nails and then I will show you those quilts. Okay, so we made it back home and I wanted to show you those quilts that I was talking about. I will show you the one I got today a little bit better because I realized the clip I took probably isn't that great. The lighting and all of the above. I just leaned you on the door of the car. So here is the quilt I found today. This costs $2. It does have some stains that I noticed at the bins, and it does have some damage to one of the edges here, but I'll just hold it kind of still so you can see me. Try to hold it straight. This one has a lot of beautiful fabrics. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see a lot of really beautiful fabrics. And these little like motifs are an interesting pattern. They're like I don't know, semicircles with squares in the middle, and then the circles have like little triangles coming off of them, kind of. And the edge is all scalloped, which I really do like, and that is actually what is damaged over here. Right there. Probably, if I was guessing, this ripped in its short life at the bins, but it's intact still, which is really nice. So someone can just, hopefully just fix that. So that one's cute. Let me show you a little bit better. So that's kind of like the vibe. It's got a blue border with a scallop trim. And I really like the motif. Oh, now that I'm looking at it this way, I was looking at like the reverse side of it. It looks completely different to me. So that's cool. I picked this one up especially because of the different pattern. Maybe these are intended to be like moths or butterflies or something when you look at them like that way. I don't know. Anyway, next, this, I know what this one's called. This is a double wedding ring quilt, and it's quite large, so that's really nice. I'm not going to be able to show you the whole thing because it's so big. And this is in really great shape. Again, with the nice kind of like scalloped trim all along it. And I think this is probably king size, if I was guessing. And I don't think there's anything wrong with this one. Let me hold it up so you can see all of the fabrics a little better. There we go. Come closer. Really cute. Very like soft girl aesthetic. Next, this one, I love this one, and by the feel of it, I just feel like it's really old, and it's kind of thin in some spots, like the, I don't know, the interior of it has like worn away in some spots. It's just the exterior fabric left. This I would say is like throw blanket size, but a really cute, like, I don't know, pinwheel maybe motif. I'm trying to hold it still and take up the whole camera without really being able to see. And I'll come closer so you can see some of the fabrics. And this one, like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show you. It's really thin. Oh, yeah, okay, you can see. And it does, obviously it has some damage, but again, I wasn't gonna leave this, especially because it was such slim pickings the last few times I was at the bins. But I do like finding quilts, so I just wish it was more of like even, like they would bring out half bedding, half clothing, instead of like almost all bedding and one bin of clothing, if any. And I really love all the different patterns, and it's very like, I don't know. Somebody talented made this. Somebody talented made all of these. What am I kidding? Okay, and I do have one more, but this is just a topper, I believe. I believe this is not finished, and this is very different from the other ones. I've never found anyone like this, but how cool. It's got all of these little like girl motifs. I don't know, maybe they're babies. I'm not exactly sure, but it looks like this portion goes on your bed, and this would be like facing forward or laying straight, and all of the motifs, it's hard to show you, going down the whole thing are this way, straight up and down. But when you get to the sides, it looks like these side panels are meant to drape off of your bed, and then they would be straight, draping off of your bed. So cute. And each one has like a little matching outfit with little embroideries. How cute. Are you kidding me? I love that. Let me show you another one. That one's cute. Where's another really cute one? Ooh, this one's cute. This orange one. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Don't hit the camera now. So I think this is really fun, and all of them have little, I don't know, coinciding different matching outfits. I very different from any quilt I've ever found, quilt topper even, but we shall see how this is. I don't know what this pattern is called. It's probably called something like this little person motif. I don't know. And this seems to be in really great shape. It doesn't have any flaws as far as I can tell, no stains or anything. And I would guess it's maybe twin size, maybe full size actually. I don't know. I haven't measured any of these, so to be determined on that. But again, really cute. Okay, and that is it for the quilts that I have found in the last week or so. All of these. And even though they're kind of heavy, they weren't that expensive at the bins, because quilts, thank goodness, are still 49 cents a pound. Today, the clothing was still $1.89 per pound, but rumor has it going around with all of the regulars that it's going up to $1.99. And I would assume that is to compensate for the lost hours of being open. And I really wonder if that has something to do with not being able to hold employees. Anyway, that's it for this pack of Play-Doh, sell to Play-Dohs, worst bins trip ever, Goodwill rant, quilt finds video. If you took the time to watch this video and you spent your social media currency with me today, I so appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind just hitting like on your way out, that would be awesome. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.